Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tenacious Human, and welcome back to the Eastern Empire Rebels campaign, where you join us no longer as the rebels, of course, but besieging Rome as the Eastern Empire of pagans. Indeed, that symbol there is nothing to do with the Christians. No. That is the P for paganism, damn it. So, Rome is under siege. We will crack that down. It's not going to be a big dramatic battle, I'm afraid. It is only one lad in there. Sentius Trebonianus, or whatever his name is. Are there gods? Indeed. There are many of them, sir. There are many, and they are pagan. So, we will crack that down before too long. We have Trentum under siege. We're going to probably leave that for a bit, because it is plagued, so we're going to let that run its course. Sirmium's more of an interesting one, because they've decided to counterattack us over here. We've ran our lad Romulus Massala over here. I think he was just a man of the hour, wasn't he? And yes, he'll come and relieve this siege. Looks like they might well have a go. If they do, we should have the reinforcement force here. Of course, the one on the bridge wouldn't be able to be involved, so we're going to send those lads in to help. Up north, Mediolanum is under siege as well. We'll crack into that today, and the reinforcement force is there ready to go and deal with Ravenna. But for now, it's just blocking off any reinforcements. But I can see there's an assassin there. And I've got a bit slack with my spies in my army nowadays, which may be a foolish thing. May well be a foolish thing indeed. So, I tell you what, we will... well, I'm not sure actually. Do we have any siege equipment here? I can't remember. We don't, but we do have an onager, so I guess we could crack in. Tell you what, we'll end our turn and we'll get ourselves ready to go with these attacks. Now, we are essentially... essentially ready to win this campaign. So we're going to smash Italy today. That's certainly going to be a plan. And then we will think about just tying up a little bit of our borders here. Of course, the final thing we need to do is go and take out these lads over here in Cyrene. When we do that, that will pretty much be the end of the game, because it obviously doesn't let me save as soon as that faction, Eastern Empire, of course, the rebels, actually cease to exist. When they cease to exist, I cannot save, which is just weird and sad. Nonetheless, it's time to end our turn, and straight away then we head into Sirmium, where it looks like it's going to be a fairly even affair. Don't have a huge amount of equipment here, do they? But quite a few peasants. I can't, for the life of me. There we go. They got some Palatine. So yes, they've got a few bits of spearmen. In the city, I think we've got enough archers to do some good damage to them as they approach the walls. And this troop here has a decent amount with him as well. Controlled by the AI? I don't think so, sir. So, we're going to head in straight into Sirmium. If we can win this, it's really their only position of any strength. So we win this, we will really be in the ascendancy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head in. Into battle we go, and reinforcements over there, and I'm not in control of them. Well, this battle has just took an interesting turn. We're going to find it's a lot more difficult if they don't let me control them. Obviously, I had to click on that many times and it still decided to ignore me. Just get the basic archers to make sure the ram burns. It should do, because they always burn in this situation for me. But, you know, this is how the game works. As long as their ram burns down, we should be absolutely A-OK. It hasn't yet got itself on fire, but hopefully we're going to get there pretty soon. Certainly hope so. There we go. Right, you guys do whatever you like. So, take your shots. I'm going to get my guys to make sure they're throwing. Yep. Javelins coming in as well. Huge amounts of damage being done nice and early here. No idea what my reinforcements doing. Something useless, no doubt. And yeah, we're getting a few hits in on us. There's actually no one over on that particular wall. So we'll just see what damage we can do, in all honesty. Try and hit those lads in the side, preferably. And yes, just see what you can do. It should be okay. I'm just going to move them very quickly over to that kind of position. Hello, we're under siege. You're supposed to be helping. Why are you throwing upwards? They're literally down there. Ridiculous, lads. Anyway, I think we should be in a pretty good position, all things considered. Right. They are about to... yeah. Right. Whoever you can hit, to be honest, I don't mind. Just start shooting. Roman steel. Okay, yeah, go over here, lads. Quickly. So, they don't have the ram. We might as well get these lads up on the walls as well. So you guys go over there. And you spearmen come over to this tower over here, actually. That would very much help us out, I think. So we'll just get some nice shots in here, do some damage whilst we can. And, well, we'll just have to speed things up at this point because looks like they're starting to climb up. Certainly got an engagement here, but that is our good infantry on both sides. They are not going to last very long in that circumstance. Where are you going, lads? That's a really slow way of getting there. Run over there. Run over there. Yes, come on. That's going to work for us very nicely. They're not going to last in that position whatsoever. Can you guys actually do what I've asked you to? This general's absolutely foolish. Doesn't seem to manage to do anything I ask him to. Now these archers are at least doing some damage. Sadly, the Commissars aren't going to be able to win over here against the archers most likely. I say that. Eastern archers are pretty strong, all things considered. Ah, there's actually not an entrance there. So they weren't just being stupid. We were being stupid when we built the town. Understood. Well, nonetheless, get there. Archers swing over to this side instead. That is probably going to make the most sense for us. So run over there, run over there, run over there. And that's fine. Now we are in the position we want to. And we can swing across. To be honest, the FIFA looks very much with us right now. They've lost a lot. We've lost almost nothing. These guys have pretty much broken this load up by themselves. Shoot where you like, but I'm actually going to tell you to shoot over there at the Palatina if at all possible. Nearly out of ammo. Nearly out of ammo, which is slightly worrying. Anyone else actually got ammo? The Eastern Archers do indeed. So we'll send in those lads. You might as well shoot them. Yep, that is indeed what they're doing. This is once again a very familiar sight. Standing still as you get shot by the arrows. Come on, lads. Aim and fire! Yay! Only not many dead considering, but hey ho. Can't complain too much. We've got the Bosphorus lads in now. They are pincered over here. They are not going to get anywhere anytime soon. They sent some new troops up the lads over here. But we now have the Bucelari who have run out of missiles and are now just going to shoot the archers. Can we just steal their quivers? Or something like that, lads? That would be mildly useful. Mildly useful at the very least. Now, it must be said, if these guys... Yeah, you guys might as well get down now because... don't really need you. The Eastern Archers are better at fighting, so we might as well send those lads into that position as a reinforcement force. These lads can indeed... You know what, lads? You don't need to go back to the plaza. Go back to the plaza. Oh, my general's going to get himself killed! Don't do that! Oh... Oh... Why are they throwing away their lives? We had Legio Lanciari in... Oh, they're terrible. But we had units... They're being wasted. Oh well, you know what? We pretty much won the battle. It's just a case of when my general dies and how much damage he can do in the meantime. Fortunately, he's run straight to the Palatina. Right, Cav, run out, run out, run out, run out. And see if we can just alleviate this situation here. At the very least. Yeah, there we go. He is routing. He's routing. Our general might yet live. Let's go and make sure we deal with those Sarmatian Auxilia. Because... yeah, they're the only thing that might have been able to kill my general at that point. I think we are now pretty much safe. I was a bit worried from there. Bit worried. So make sure we swing over there because I can sense him throwing his life away imminently. That's all they ever do, of course. Just chunking away over here. Nothing too spectacular, but it's all going on nonetheless. Horse archers. That's right, just force the rout. I'm not worried about their leader, to be honest, so long as he doesn't kill my leader. Looks like Comitaten's about to throw some javelins in. That won't end well for them. No, they are not going to like it. Flaming arrows coming from somewhere, not me, I can tell you that. Charge them down, lads, charge them down. Yeah, they are falling apart. This is really their last gasp attempt to, well, not really win this war, but at least distract us from where we were trying to go. But, pleasantly, Allied General just seemed to be alive in spite of the game making sure that they controlled him and not me. So I'm quite pleased about that. So let's go and swing by those peasants and mop up the last... Actually, let's just mop at these guys because we need to actually make sure they're not all routing because the game obviously auto-finishes. some weird bug based around the fact that I didn't start as this faction, I guess. Nonetheless, let's all descend on these peasants over here, who are pretty much the last lads fighting, apart from a whole committed tenters over there. Not too shabby. The archers are just going to pile in at that point. It's fine. Oh, pull out of there, cat. Oh! The peasants won! Absolute madness! Oh well, oh well. I thought they would just automatically win the hippos there, but apparently not. Apparently, these are the great peasants of peasants were, and they're now dead. They're now very, very dead, aren't they? There we are, there goes Steve once more. And the battle's pretty much over then, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time to, yeah, just make sure this is officially mopped up and move on to Italy, because realistically, that's where we are going at this point. I say that, we still have these combatants to chop down, and we might want reinforcements yet. Let's just send all of the men to come and reinforce, but to be honest with you, yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much. It's just a matter of time with these guys. Fair play to Alan over here. He's doing a great job of just about clinging on. They haven't even fled. There's only 4 of them left. They're still only wavering. Well done. Push this guy off the top just to finish things off the way it's supposed to go. Come on. Falling off. Falling. Ah, disappointing, sir. Disappointing. Just one last committed tent say to go down. And that, of course, is Bob. The day is ours, Squeaky Narrator Man. We did a pretty good job. Pretty darn good job. Hippos threw their lives away for some reason to those killer peasants, but other than that, we did pretty well there. General gained 2 experience. He's a very brave man. Battle just about worked in his favour there. It looked pretty grim for him for a short time, but you know, all is fine. He clearly has good judgment. He does. Now. This leaves them in a very precarious position, ladies and gentlemen. As for Rome, now I feel like this should be like the big epic end, but it's not. And to be honest, Middlearm at least looks like it might have slightly more interest or intrigue when we go and attack it. So I'm afraid we're just going to have to do a boring water resolve on the great city of Rome, where they killed nobody. Exterminate the great city herself, and of course, what we do need to do is burn down their basilica. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of Baldric's little gambit there. Right, let's see what we can hire here. Oh, yes. Yes, the carriage ballista. I forgot about these. They are magnificent. I've not been able to hire any of those this game. Let's get those. These are very interesting. These are very interesting. Ballista on chariots. Why did it take them so long? Probably because they kept shooting their horses in the head. But, you know, the fact that they're manoeuvrable is fair enough. I guess you're not moving when you use them is probably the idea. Well, how did they manage to advance? We just literally burnt down Rome. Oh, well. Oh, no, not Aria! Poor Aria died. Sometimes put horrible screams on that, don't they? That was just despicable. Ah, okay, over in this end of the world, we can at least begin to try and deal with the massive problems. Caesarea can finally get some much needed upgrades, such as a lovely temple, of course. Sinope, who I've ignored for many a year, will finally be done with its upgrade. To be honest, I don't really care about the east anymore. It's time to go finish off this part of the world. Tarentum, still plagued. Tarentum, plague. In West Mercia, 2 Anglos. Plague. And Quartinius Stertinius. Marvellous. Very loyal. Well done, sir. That's fine and all, but you are pagan. See, at this point, it's just pagans left, really. Like, Rome was the last of the real, like, Christian cities, wasn't it? I mean, the rest are pagans. We're just kind of changing the leadership scheme here, really. At the end of the day, these are all pagans. They're our friends. We do need to go and make sure we take out Tingi over here, which is A, Christian, and B, part of what should be our empire, of course. So we will have to think about that as well. Carthage over here has some troops. We have a bit of money again. So actually, I don't know why I just did that. Let's just grab the army and merge it. I think it seems to like that much better when you're actually out of the city. So just press M. Lovely. Back into the city, and we can retrain those 3. Much better. Now, if we get ourselves some cataphracts, that would be ideal. Oh yes, of course we can get an Imperial Household Bodyguard nowadays. That is quite nice. I don't really need a general on that particular occasion, but it's good to know we can have it. And we will get ourselves some of those. I know technically the highway doesn't lead to another settlement, but I'd like to be able to get to my port nice and quickly. Thank you very much. Now this army, they can descend straight on Ravenna. We might have to literally send the cav first. Thank you, sirs. And these got... Oh yeah, there is a force to back them up. That's fine. And here we go. These guys can move there. In fairness, there's a decent stack here. We can have a proper battle with our lovely, lovely army that we've got all ready and set. So, how many space do we have? Was it 2? Okay. We need some hippos, of course. So, we'll send those lads over to join that force at Ravenna. You guys go and garrison Rome. It's a bit embarrassing to just be a garrison force, but I'm afraid that will have to be the case for now. Diplomats, I don't really care what you do at this stage. It's just all pointless and frivolous. Now, Sirmium. We can certainly do a little bit with you with regards to our troops. Let's just go and take your army in there. You can stand on the bridge and just guard us. We will just go and retrain. Yeah, you can do it in the city. See, the merge worked that time. I think I was probably pressing control just out of sheer... I don't know what the word is. I'm used to doing that. That's why. So Serbium, actually, let's get the arena. That's the end of our money already. That's ridiculous. We need to get some more hippos over here because that's the kind of the point of view. Just going to spread the hippo love around. And the diplomat is just getting some eyes on the path ahead of us. There are actually some boats over here. I'm not sure we can win that. Oh no, it's fine. It was only 13 men. I thought that might be worse, but it was absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. So there are some lovely, lovely rebels to go and drown over here. Best way to go, drown into the bottom of the sea. Perfect. And these lads also need to clear out these guys. Perfect. The sea is pretty much clear now. I thought there was one more ship around here, but it might well have been that guy. And yes, indeed it was. So we'll just send our fleet in a scattered force, just to scout really at this point. And with any luck, we'll find out that there are no more things to deal with because we are pretty much already blockading all of their ports. And we now have ourselves even more of a monopoly on all of the trade around here. It's only these fiends over here that we need to eventually go and deal with, of course. So I think it's time basically to plan our invasion of the Berberland over here. And otherwise, we're really just going to head into Mediolanum, aren't we? Because we are ready to get going here. How many rams and things do we have? I didn't actually look. 2 towers. They are epic stone walls, so I think we'll just get a few more before we get going there. In all honesty, that would be a good plan, I think. So I'm just going to mop up around the map. Might have a little bit of admin if you watch towers, of course. And I'll catch you in the next turn. This man's son is a Christian. Who is your father? A Dabarus Potius? We'll have to find out. Your chubby face can be seen easily, I fear for you. Is that him? Yes. Who is your father? Olympius Furious. Who is not religious. Interesting. When did you appear? Non-pagan. You probably need to die as well, to be honest. Where are you? You're...
General.
Who? What? I'm very confused. Oh, it's this lad here. Right, so this lad over here, his son is a Christian, which is not acceptable, of course. So you are... Now, you're not pagan. You are not pagan yourself, but you're not Christian. So that is just about not murder-worthy. However, you have brought into this world a Christian, and for that, sir, you will march to your death. So, go and do the scouting for us. But we're going to do this stupid thing again where we're going to march around Christians and actually going to find empty cities for us to walk in. Anyway, Romulus over here is a good old pagan, of course. He is just going to grab his army here, leave a few of these mercenary lads behind to run the city. I'm sure there's no problem with leaving mercenaries in charge of our city whatsoever. Maybe get some monthly races. That's why we get the arena. Wait. Oh, we have a hippodrome. That's why we don't need the arena. Oh, well, it's fine. It is absolutely fine. So we will head over to this next bridge over here, which is just marvellous. And in fact, we'll pop a watchtower down first, just to be a bit more of a sight around what is going on. You know what, lads? While you're there, just get some other troops. Those guys can win the city. You guys can just go and die a slow, murderous death. Right. Anyway, I was just going to do all the casual. Wait. Oh, find the diplomat. Assassin's Blade. Right. Okay, so that assassin has done his job. This is a really bad set of things over here. So, family member dies of natural causes. No one's been assassinated. Christians come to the floor, and over here, my camels can't get to their homeland. So we're gonna have to go and clear that out as well. Camels, go and take out this man. Give me his camel flag. Ridiculous, sir. My camels, not yours. So, there we are, back in Ctesiphon. All is absolutely fine over there. We'll just retrain those camels, which, yeah, is pretty apt. I think we can all agree. Now, back over to the main action. I can see some more rebels floating around, which is probably needs dealing with. We will obviously just need to start moving our forces up, but Mediolanum should now at least be ready to be assaulted. We have 5 of our lovely towers. They can't guard against us. We have, well, we don't have a general actually, so might be a few problems, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. We'll just shoot them with the onagers. Let's go. Bit of a chunking affair at the gate here, mainly because they decided to not throw their javelins when I asked. But it's fine, we'll line up these guys and they can clear them out. Oh, the onager can shoot again. You gonna shoot? Do what I tell you to. Flaming shot, flaming shot, oh, they won't do it. They've actually pushed themselves out of the gate, which is quite funny. It's fine, we've got them fairly well surrounded at this point. We'll be able to clear them out without too many problems. We've lost 20%, quite a bit actually. The towers can do some surprising amount of damage. But all is fine really. We've now managed to get the towers on our side, and we need to just clear our way to the main plaza. And I think we've got a pretty straight route here, haven't we? Yes, indeed we do. So I guess we just need to get ourselves into position. We're just going to send our 12 equites here to charge into the archers. I'm sure they'll do the job I'm looking for, albeit these steps seem to cause a weird high ground situation normally. So charge doesn't really happen, but it can do something. It's fine. These guys are going to die very soon, but they've distracted the archers long enough for everyone else to get into position. Assuming they actually bother to do what I asked them to. Our archers are now happy to get firing. That's just what you wanted to see. Alright, thank you. You've done your job. You get to go home and live, even though you're doing your weird slidey run animation right now. So archers are not going to last very well against our archers. In fact, it looks like we pulled in the... Not quite. Pulled in the general. Not quite. Oh well, we'll speed it up and wait for them to get pulled into the trap. Weirdly, the general isn't even being pulled in on this occasion. They are just terrified of running into a trap. Are they on fire? No, I think they just got the experience, didn't they? But in super speed, that looks slightly bizarre. Can we please just put in that general? No? Where are my archers? Archers! Shoot the darn general. Fed up with this. Come and die! Come and die like a Christian should. Come die like a pagan, sir. Ah! Run away! Run away! Just running the gauntlets! Yay! That's what you want to see. This is how Rome falls. I know this is actually Milan, but this is how Rome falls, ladies and gentlemen. All infantry just get in there and crush them like Turkish doves. Which isn't a phrase, but it is now, ladies and gentlemen. It is now. Turkish doves are particularly squishy, I would assume. Nope, we missed. He totally missed. Still missed. Still missed. Wow, this guy is completely unkillable. Completely unkillable. Right, all units descend on Steve then. He needs to go down. What just... Oh, he's gone. He got shot by an arrow. All is good. All is good. Right, just a few archers then. Let's, this is just like that, what is it? Is it just called King Arthur? That old film where it was like... Probably called King Arthur. There's about 12 of them standing over a frozen lake shooting bows and crossbows at all of the Vikings. That horse just kneed him in the head. That was magnificent. Yeah. No, it's not going so well for Keira Knightley this time, is it? No. This time we're just going to chop you down. There we go. Job done. Clear victory. I wouldn't call it heroic. She was about to. But it was something. And we won. Yeah. Yeah. So there goes Mediolanum. There goes a lot of people. And in goes a lovely... Oh, we already got a temple to Mithras. Well, isn't just that just fine and dandy then? We'll repair those. You don't even have yourself basic farming here. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, you know what? We'll just line up a few things because why not, ladies and gentlemen? Why not? Can't bother to even find out what happened last term. Why aren't they going to battle us? I wanted a full battle here. Oh well. We've nearly got the carriage ballista, which is all really that any of us truly wanted to see on this campaign. They are the best of all the units. Now, if we start building up our force of Calais and Carthage, we'll be able to head over to the Berbers. Seem to have an awful lot of infantry, so let's just get an extra cab for no real reason and start getting on to the boats. So you can get the Plumbies and you lads on here. In fact, just all of you. Don't even worry about the cab now. Now that I mention it, we don't need it. What we do need is to get everyone else into a boat. So your good son over here, he probably is not going to the town very happy. No, they're alright. They are alright, it turns out. Two more. They are not alright. They are not alright, it turns out. Possibly because they still have a basic temple. So perhaps we should send one or two of them back. You know what? We have plenty of infantry here. Have some plum. No, they don't appreciate that plum jam, do they? So, you sir, Mr. Boat, get over there. Does look like we're safe, but you never know. There's always rebels poking their nose around. Yeah, see, there's one down there. The darn fiends. Darn fiends indeed. While we're talking about those lads, though, you might as well go and clear off these ones. And otherwise, we're looking quite good, aren't we? We'll just slowly plough our way across to deal with those lads. Now, as for the Christians over here, that's the Christians. Next turn, they're going to have a go at actually proving themselves to be vaguely useful on the way to their inevitable death. But otherwise, I guess I just need to go and spend this money. Right, it seems like we have ourselves a battle on the bridge here. Luca did not want to take on our full force, a coward. But he is instead going to go and try and force his way across the bridge over to Mediolanum. Now, he's a good force here, really. They're not bad. They got some good shields and swords on them. We have good units, though. We have a few archers to help at the bridge. So we're kind of a bridge guarding force, so we should be fine in fairness. But it could be an interesting one. Let's head in and let's use a big chunk of our committed its first cohort.
The sun has risen.
Oh, it has not, sir. It has not, but hopefully it'll set nice and soon for them. So let us have... Ooh, this is interesting. So obviously, Barbarian Invasion, Bridge Battles are a lot more tricky than they are on the main game because so many units cross. Having said that, a lot of them are heavy infantry who won't be able to cross. So I should bear that in mind. Okay. 4 units or so would probably be plenty here. And you know what, we'll have 5 of them. And then we'll have one of you on that flank. And you, sir, to go and just make a huge line across here. In case they have any units who are going to cross. Probably some archers or cav will decide to cross at some point. Archers generally best on this flank, shoot into their non-shield side. They're probably a bit heavy for you to do too much, but with 3 and 4 experience, they're not too shabby. Get those hippos over there. In charge them into position nice and soon. And you lads, General, and the Equite, you just hang back. They are... What are they? Again, mainly committed tenses. Quite a few peasants, actually. That's fine. They won't do any damage if they try and cross. Got ourselves a proper bridge. And to be honest, we have a first cohort like this. Big numbers. I don't need to kind of trap them quite as densely as I might normally do. I'm just going to... Yeah, just make a kind of fairly wide V on this occasion, actually. I don't feel like I need to do an awful lot more than that. I'll tidy it up when we get a little bit nearer to the battle. Infantry, just go on guard mode. Throw your javelins when you can. And archers, I would like you to run into this sort of position right at the front. And we'll switch you round with your guard unit when they get a little bit closer. That will work for me. And on the other side, you need to do a similar kind of job, to be honest. It doesn't look like they can climb the bank that easily here, but I don't know, they do some strange, miraculous things. So we'll just go and run them into that position along with your horse archer buddies. And I'm sure we can just get ourselves running straight into this affair. These two lads likewise can just get themselves over thusly. So, how are we looking? How are we looking? These guys might as well just snug up guys. Get yourselves nice and tight and snug today. Yeah, you guys just swing over here and do that as well. We'll just make sure that we haven't got an obvious, horrendous gap. But all things considered, I don't think they're in a great position to do their job here. Our archers can shoot theirs. They are just peasants over there. We're just wasting our ammo. Just hold back, lads. Use fire into them. These peasants are annoyingly just going to disrupt the archers, but we'll try and get some shots in to these lads as they cross the bridge. I don't think they're going to last very long in this battle, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. We had the first combatantes cohorts, all of the javelins in the world. Those guys, a bit of fire arrows into their flank, into their side as well. And yeah, I think that's them pretty much done and dusted, don't you? I think they're already fleeing. They are, of course. So, over here we have the Lanciari who might get themselves poked by the peasant. Those peasants might be slightly annoying, but I'm not really very worried. They're not going to do anything. But they are they've achieved absolutely nothing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Looks like you're coming up against Rome's finest, sir. Looks like you are. I think they had a first cohort in here as well. Might be lying. Might be making it up. They said some basic committed tenses. But we've not got the thickest line here. But I think when we got this level of quality and just the pure numbers, I think it's well worth just a nice open V on this occasion. Can't really see a problem with that. Those committed tenses will hold the line there so the archers can continue to shoot if I actually allow them to. Preferably just shoot into the back over there. Shoot fire. Just clear them out as and when you get the opportunity. Those guys, you need to actually not be on run away because you're supposed to be the general. Now actually, Cav, if you can just come over here. Don't really get into battle, but just kind of cover because they're kind of slightly being pulled around. Just pull them into a slightly more sensible angle. That would be marvellous. You guys just go and mop them up. And I think at this point it's just a matter of time. Chunking affair over here with the general. Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to last much longer here. I think he's trying hard, but he's not going to make it. And there we go. There he goes. Another one of their half-decent looking forces goes down. Press the attack. They're not going to make it. The Cav are already blocking that escape. Looks like a few men have got away over there, but honestly, doesn't look like it's going to work out very well for them. I think archers now, it is time for you to go off fire. Yeah, extinguish the flame. We'll just chunk them down at this stage. You guys just hold back. I know you're trying to run over the bridge to go and chase down the peasants. It's really not necessary. Yeah, just start pressing them, to be honest. Just start getting in there, lads. Pokey, pokey. Stabby, stabby. And there we go, mass rout. Now the good thing about this is I can chop them down because those archers are not yet routing. So, not general, but the Equite just start ploughing. Okay, he didn't do what I just told him to. Start ploughing. He was not routing because the game hasn't called out the ends when it should have. Oh, they always do this, the Cav. They have to use the river because they can use it, so they will use it. Oh well, it's fun. Right, so we'll mop these guys up. Not quite sure why the battle hasn't ended early like it normally likes to do recently. Yep, there we go. Speak of the devil. I guess one of them was just withdrawing technically. There we are, the Battle of Venetia. I think, I don't know, it was in that general area of the world. So, there goes more and more and more. And a pagan, Constantius, who is of course pagan, has joined us, man of the hour. And a good-looking pagan. Well, of course, Gnaeus Tubertus would be a good-looking chap. Now, Ravenna, I want a good battle with these guys. Now, there are a few units in there, but not a lot. I was hoping to face off against that army. Bit disappointing. Alexandria is now burning. And by that I just mean it's got the plague. Just get an extra unit in there while it's plague. That's a sensible use of your money. Faction announcements. Anything interesting? Some lady died. Don't know who she is. And the old man over here. He's not that old actually. He's 52. But yeah, he is doing something. I don't know. Didn't really read it properly. So as we look towards next episode, I think next episode will probably be our final one, actually, ladies and gentlemen, because I think at this point we pretty much don't we need to here. We've definitely paganized the empire. That can't be denied. We'll go and smash in Tarentum right now because we can. That will finish off most of Italy for us. Victory! I wasn't expecting that. Yay! The pagans have won. That is magnificent. The Roman Empire is renewed. Indeed it is. A pagan empire has been reunified, mainly. From shining sea to highest mountain, God has granted. Yes, the gods have granted victory to the legions and held the barbarian darkness of the Christians at bay. Roman steel, Roman courage, and Roman virtue, and Roman gods, in the plural, have triumphed over all adversity. Continue playing. The job isn't quite done, but we will let the tune finish here, as it is rather marvellous. Ram-pam-pa! Yay, pagans! Applause from the crowd there, ladies and gentlemen. Applause for us all. Yes, we will continue playing as we exterminate these people. That is just grand. Just absolutely grand. Domination as the Eastern Empire is now complete. Yeah, I never even looked at what I was supposed to do, but I suppose I was originally playing as the Eastern Empire rebels anyway. So, with Tarentum burning down and its Christian basilica smashed up, I think, oh my gosh, this is horrendously underinvested in some particular areas, isn't it? Let's just get some basic nonsense going on. Yeah, I think Ravenna is pretty much the last holdout in terms of their decent cities. Doesn't look like they've got any more Christian settlements left to destroy. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, we need to tie up a few things. Now, I don't think it's necessary for me to literally take over all of the empire. It's fine. I think at this point, you know, it's just a few deluded fools who do not accept that we are now the great triumvirate of emperors, whoever they are at this point. God only knows what's going on in our family tree. We have faction leader here. No, he's died. So we have Avidius Maximum over here. He's faction leader. We have Constantius Silva. He's faction leader. His son is also faction leader. This was Dio over there. We have no, it is still only 3. Still only 3. Yeah, interesting. This side of the family just died out, apparently. Interesting. Unfortunate, sir. Albeit, actually, Maximus Cincinnatus, oh, that's his line. But he does indeed have 2 faction leaders still, and quite a healthy load of children over there. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's lovely to see. So, yes, Flavius Paulius assassinated in 390. Yeah, still a few men on that side of the family. Not an awful lot going on there. Of course, Crispus the Cunning. They all come from him. Adopted children, of course. He what happened here? Deserted. Oh, interesting. I don't remember that. That is a very interesting situation there. Yes, of course, so Crispus had all of his children there. Quintilianus, of course, died in battle as a former faction leader. Quintilianus the philosopher. He is he the one who threw himself to his death when we tried to figure out the succession situation? I think that's what happened there. Yep, so there's still just this lad here. Just this lad alive by the looks of it. The rest of them are all dead. It's just Eugenius Malleus. We've got some interesting alive and dead sides of the family tree over here. And Lucius Civilis, I remember the name, but when did he desert? I don't recall that happening. Very interesting indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Some sides of the family are doing better than others, it must be said. But we are all Crispins at the end of the day. Maybe that's what we'll rename ourselves. We're no longer Rome, we are Crispins. This is the great city of Crispy over here. So yes, next time I think what we will do is go and mop up a few things. We need to go and take this little corner of North Africa here. Of course, the Berbers annoy me, number one, and secondly, they have a Christian city on my border. I don't like that. Don't like it at all. Now, the rest of this land is all just pagan. I don't feel the need to go and burn them all down. I think everyone will realise that they should join us before too long. So we'll just mop up the lands over here, seal up the Danube and the Alps, and it's all going to be fine and dandy. Of course, the final thing to do, really, is to go and smash Cyrene over here. Their army seems to have left, which is odd. So it's rebellion, which means we might get that back. Which means I won't be able to save, which will be a fitting end, I suppose, for all of the madness that has been going on here, ladies and gentlemen. I will leave you on a day where we did take Rome, on a day where we took over most of Italy, and we technically won the game. I feel it's been an interesting campaign, this one. It's been a very interesting campaign. Very humble, difficult beginnings over here in Salamis with random blokes who just exist now, and I've forgotten to send out anywhere. This guy was quite new, in fairness. Yes, from humble beginnings, tricky ones, interesting beginnings. We have now managed to successfully retake over Rome, and pretty much at this point reunify the empire. We have a little bit of finishing up to do next time, but I feel very proud of the work we have done here, ladies and gentlemen. What series after this? I have worked it out, but I've just forgotten off the top of my head. Oh no, I do know what I'm doing. I do know. We'll talk about that maybe next episode. It'll come out next week, I would think. Yes, this would be the Monday episode. So next Monday will be a new series, but there is one more of these to come. So I will leave you for now. I'm Thomas, this is Nerd Teaming, and this has been the Eastern Empire Rebels campaign. Victorious Pagans, of course. Thank you, and bye-bye. So what more could you want in the morning than to chop down some Frenchmen? Sir Steve, he stands on the plaza. He will never die, Sir Steve. We will honour you with that great man's moustache. He's not happy. Oh, he flew into the side of the house. That looks really painful. Beautiful.